The construction documentation phase is a big milestone in my practice. Up until this point, we've been working on defining what the home is going to look like and how it's going to function. A lot of decisions have been made. We have some beautiful renderings reflecting the home, both the interiors and the exteriors, and have gotten the project to a point where we have a basic set of plans that have positive preliminary feedback from the various reviewing jurisdictions. Well, now it's time to transform those plans into a full, formal construction document set that we can submit for our building permits, and the builders can use to construct the home. Let's dive into how this is different than what we've created so far. So far, what I've put together have generally been documents and drawings aimed solely at helping my clients understand the design intent. They're not professionals, so all the drawings and renderings are geared toward helping them understand what their goals and tastes look like when paired with my expertise in vision. And that's a challenging task in and of itself. But the end goal of this whole process is to actually create a building, and that involves working with builders, craftsmen, and fabricators. And if I just hand a rendering to a contractor and say, make this, they'll probably laugh me out of the room. Like any professional industry, there are standards that all of us in the industry are expected to follow. So the builders, they're looking for a series of very specific drawings that essentially instruct them on how to put a building together. And that's what the construction document phase is in my practice. Translating the design we've all agreed on via the renderings and the simple floor plans into a set of drawings that match, or exceed if I can, the standards that the builders are expecting in order to execute the design. So what's in one of these sets? A typical CD set in my studio starts from the big picture, and as you go through it, gets into tinier and more specific details the deeper we go. It always starts with a title sheet, which is the general project information, bundled up front so that the contractors have an easy way to digest the whole thing. From there, we have a series of specifications, contract clauses, and relevant code snippets that are all pretty technical, but essentially define the quality standards that we expect our contractor to adhere to. From there, we start to get into sheets showing how the project looks in 3D. To give the largest overview, we have site plans that define what happens all around the building on the lot. Then we start to get into the floor plans, which define where exactly everything needs to go. Beyond the floor plans, we have roof plans showing where all the gutters and downspouts are, chimney flues, dimensions showing how far the eaves extend. We have elevations, which are 2D projections of one side of the building that show exactly which material needs to be applied to which wall surface. I also have a series of drawings called sections that are effectively slices through the building. These are critical because they help show how high to set beams and where to drop ceilings, or how interior portions of the home need to be assembled. From there, things just get more detailed as we get into door, window, fixture, and equipment schedules, which are essentially lists of all the relevant info on the products that we'll need to order. Widths, heights, quantities, code requirements. These schedules sort of act as a shopping list for the builder. All the stuff he needs to purchase for the project is on these sheets. Lastly, we get into detail drawings, which are very technical, that show what the actual framing assemblies are for the various wall, ceiling, roof, and floor transitions. Again, it gets technical, but that's sort of the point. This is where my value as a licensed professional sort of comes into play. Anything that I don't have a detailed technical drawing of is effectively something we're handing the management of over to the builder. And you know who hasn't just spent 6 months dissecting your lifestyle and meticulously planning how this home is going to function? Your builder. I don't want all the time that I spend with my clients perfecting those renderings going right out the window. So, not to beat a dead horse, but having quality construction documents are so crucial because they actually act as a contract with the builder. When he takes on the job, he's contractually obligated to execute the design as stated in those plans, which means the more thoroughly I can make those plans, the more comfortably my clients can sleep at night knowing they're going to get a home that matches their expectations. You know, those initial renderings they signed off on. It means that when we're in the field and something gets framed wrong, which does happen, I can very clearly point to the correct drawings and show them what they need to fix. If it's something that I didn't have drawn and I ask them to change it, they're probably going to laugh me out of the room again, or ask my clients to pay more to fix it, which is a conversation that everybody absolutely loves to have. So the other big component of the construction documentation phase is that we're kicking off that design team that we assembled in the previous phase. The structural and civil engineers and any other consultant we have is given the green light to run full speed on developing their portion of the project. Often there's a bit of coordination that I'm managing, massaging any suggestions that they offer into the project and keeping the whole team on the same page. Depending on the size of the project, it could take anywhere from 5 to 8 weeks for everyone to get their drawings together. And once the whole team has sent me their drawings, I bundle them up and create a single coordinated set of drawings, which is the first building submittal set. It is a fully engineered, fully detailed set of drawings that a builder can use to give our first real price for the project will cost. And it would be ready for them to start building if we actually had permits. But we don't yet. And that is where the next part of the process takes us, the incredibly riveting plan check approval phase. Feel free to hit subscribe if you'd like to follow along on the most exciting part of the process. See you then.